getting 48k views on one of my videos and getting over 1k subscribers in the same year. Safe to say I had a pretty good year, so let's rank my 6 favourite videos of the Big 25. Starting out with how to survive year 7. So you're going to year 7 next year, but you don't know what you're doing. Well, you came to the right place, so here's 5 tips on how to survive year 7. Tip number 1. Be prepared. What I recommend if you're going to year 7 next year is to be prepared. Like a pencil case with everything you need inside, like a pen, pencil, purple pen, glue stick, the list goes on. And make sure you have a PE kit ready just in case you have PE on that day as well. And also, if you do forget something, it's not the end of the world. Your year 7 is your first few days at secondary school. The teachers will give you a pass for the first few weeks of the school year. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next tip on how to survive year 7. Tip number 2. Find out the layout of your school. And of course, if you don't know the layout of your new school, then obviously look for a map. But if you can't find a map, maybe ask for a teacher for a map. And if the teacher doesn't have a map, maybe try the school website. There's most likely a map on there of the school. And then take a screenshot of the map so you have the map on your phone. And now you can check the map whenever you want so you know where you're going. Just don't do it in the school hallway. Do it in the bathroom so the teachers don't know you're on your phone. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next tip on how to survive year 7. Tip number 3. Find out where your classrooms are. Well, if you have a map of the school, then you're good. But if you don't have a map, I have a few tips for you. Number 1, find out what building it is. Ask the teacher, look at your timetable. Just find out what building it is and you'll most likely find the classroom. Number 2, double-digit numbers are on the top. 1-digit numbers are on the bottom. Number 3, find the sign for the classroom because most likely there will be a sign saying what classroom it is. And if it matches your timetable, then bam, that is your classroom you need to be at. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next tip on how to survive year 7. Tip number 4. Don't hang out with the older years. And of course, you may think you look cool if you hang around the year 11s, but please don't. Like seriously, do you think you can go up to a year 11 and go, can I please be friends with you guys? Yeah, sure, we'll be friends with you. No! In reality, it's gonna be a bit more like, no, f*** off. So if you're joining year 7 next year, just try and make friends in your own year group. Don't try and hang out with the older years because they're most likely gonna say no. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next tip on how to survive year 7. Tip number 5. Don't try and be one of the popular kids. Popularity does not mean shit when you're in school. Like seriously, these people think in a few years time, people are gonna go, oh my god, remember that guy named Chad? Oh my god, he was so popular. No! As soon as you leave school, the students will forget about you and find a new kid to be popular. So if you're going to year 7 next year and you plan to be one of the popular kids, please don't. All you need is a few friends and that's it. But anyways, I am done with this video. Please leave down in the comments your tips to survive year 7. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Later. Have you always wondered to yourself, what are some of the things that annoy me the most in life? Well, if you do, you will enjoy my next video, 5 things that annoy me. Have you ever had someone or something that just made you go, you're so fucking annoying?
Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.
Well, you probably have, so here's 5 things that annoy me. Reason number 1. People who use phones in cinemas. Like, why on earth would you do this? Like, you came to the cinema to watch a movie, not be on your phone. Like, why would you do this? Like, it doesn't make sense to me why people would go to the cinema just to be on their phone. Like, what's the point of this? Seriously, I don't get it. If you guys know why people use their phones during the cinema, please let me know down in the comments. There's probably not a good reason for it. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next thing that annoys me. Reason number 2. Nerds. And of course, it doesn't go to every student in the world who is smart. This goes to the nerds in the world, also known as the teacher's pet. They will tell on you for doing the slightest thing imaginable. They will ask the teacher for extra homework for the class, and every time they get a good grade, they will just shove it in your face like, that's me. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You're gonna be more successful than me in life. And of course, that's a great thing, doing well in school and getting a high-paying job. Why did you just say job? And of course, these people in Gen Z annoy me, so that leads on perfectly to my next thing, people who get angry when you say the word job. I'm kidding. The next thing that actually annoys me is kids that are annoying. So basically, the reason that I don't like kids that are annoying is because one time when I went bowling, there were kids that were just running around being annoying, and one of them was rumping and jumping on the side of the seat where I was sitting next to, and I was like, bro, what the f*** are you doing? And of course, I didn't say that to the kid, but I definitely did say that in my mind. line, and if I remember correctly, there were at least 6 kids on the lane next to us, and one parent that had no idea how to control those kids. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next thing that annoys me. Reason number 4, public nuisances. Why do people get popular for this? For example, Jack Doherty, 15.3 million subscribers. Like, why the f does he have that many subscribers? He does not deserve that. For example, he just goes up to strangers in public, just harasses them, and as soon as they react, he hides behind his bodyguard like, bodyguard, protect me! And there's more I could go on about, but I won't do that because this video would be like 300 million hours long. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the final thing that annoys me. Reason number 5, Gen Z hating the Blair Witch Project. And of course, this is entitled to your opinion, but I personally really like the Blair Witch Project, and I just get annoyed with people just saying, oh, it's so boring, like nothing happens. And when I say, oh, why don't you like it? Why do you think it's boring? They just go, it's just boring, like there's nothing else to say. But personally, I really like the Blair Witch Project. I think it's one of the best found footage horror films, and if you give it a chance and just don't go, oh, it's so boring, and like actually like watch the film, I think you'll really enjoy it. But anyways, I am done with this video. Please let me know down in the comments anything that annoys you. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Everybody just can't help themselves and love drama, and to be honest, I don't blame them. And if you love drama, you enjoy my next video, why everybody loves drama. Everybody loves drama, especially small commentary channels. The fact this drama started over a comment proves my point. And I know this drama has ended by now, but I feel like there has been enough videos giving criticism all round, except for just one picking side, one picking the other side. Except for this video, you should watch it, it's a good video. And also, I am welcome to be criticized for this video if I'm leaning towards one side or the other. So, my videos on the table to be criticized now. Mask for One, Dark Blue Void, oh wait, you don't exist anymore, Catsy, Cryptic Zombie, my videos on the table for you to run away with and criticize. But I want to try and stay as neutral as possible. But anyways, let's get into the video and talk about this stupid drama. So, how did this drama start? Did something crazy happen? Did they make videos on each other and that's how this drama started? Nope, it was because of a comment. You think I'm joking? Nope, this is a comment that literally started this whole drama. And then Dark Blue Void proceeded to have an absolute meltdown over this comment, which was given fair criticism, I may add. But then Catsy responded to the comment with this video, which, to put it as short as possible, he definitely shouldn't have that as the thumbnail. And obviously, Catsy got backlash for this thumbnail because you simply just can't have that as the thumbnail. I'm sorry, but you simply just can't. But I feel like this drama came into full swing when Catsy made these 2 videos on other small commentary channels who are friends with Dark Blue Void. Well, I'm assuming they are. And in these 2 videos, Catsy talked about this dude, Mask for One, Cryptic Zombie. These 2 will come into play later. And when some of the commentary channels mentioned saw Catsy's videos, let's just say they weren't too happy. And of course, some of Catsy's quote-unquote criticism in those videos weren't really criticism, especially the ones about Mask for One's voice, Fanny Roll's voice, and also Cryptic Zombie's voice. But for the most part, in my opinion, most of the criticism was fair criticism, but please leave down in the comments if you think I am wrong. And I think during this point, the drama started to die down until Mask for One made this video. Mask. I feel like this video for Mask was a little bit idiotic by him, and I know the drama was dying down quite a bit, but this video for Mask was really idiotic by him and reignited this whole drama, which it didn't need to be. Because one of your points doesn't really make any sense, because you said if you don't like something, just don't watch it. I thought that was common sense.
You know, to be honest, if he thinks this video sucks, he could just like, you know, stop watching and move on. I thought that was common sense.
But you are reacting to Catsy's content and you don't like it, so why are you making that point? Because you are literally being a kind of a hypocrite. And this point also applies to Catsy as well, because he made a response back to Mask for a similar reason to Mask for One's point. And after those 2 videos were made, the drama started to calm down, and that was that. But not for long, because Cryptic Zombie decided to get involved. And then Catsy made a response back to Cryptic Zombie, petty response after petty response from both sides, and then the drama ended. And now, if you're expecting a more in-depth analysis into this drama, then why are you watching this trash? Go watch this video instead. But anyways, back to the title of the video, why everybody loves drama. Well, my explanation why people love drama so much is because it's engaging. Picking sides, hoping the other side loses, hoping for that video to be good from your side, waiting for other commentary channels to talk about this drama. Or maybe you can be brave and take a neutral stance. At some point you probably wondered, I want to be a Stickman YouTuber, but I don't know where to start. Well, you came to the right place, so you enjoy my next video, how to be a Stickman YouTuber. So you want to be a Stickman YouTuber, but you don't know where to start. Well, you came to the right place, so here's some of my tips on how to be a Stickman YouTuber. Tip number 1, have a YouTube channel. Quite self-explanatory, have a YouTube channel. Next tip. Tip number 2, design your Stickman. And of course, when you're a Stickman YouTuber, you need a Stickman mascot. And also, when you are designing your Stickman, try and think of your own art style, or even choose another style from another Stickman YouTuber and try and put your own spin on it. And also, don't be afraid to add an accessory to your Stickman. For example, Offending Everybody has the cap, Ninja and Split have the red eyes, and Exo Zero has the devil horns. Or you can design a basic Stickman design. For example, Mostly True, Chains for Real, my old Stickman design, and also It's CBD, bro. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to my next tip on how to be a Stickman YouTuber. Tip number 3, design your profile picture. And when you're done designing your Stickman, make sure you design a profile picture that looks similar to your Stickman design. Just simply have a circle and then draw the face of your Stickman design, and then bam, that's your profile picture for your Stickman YouTuber channel. Or maybe if you want to get a bit more creative with your profile picture, make it look like Hack's YouTube channel thumbnail. But what I recommend is to keep it basic and similar to the other Stickman YouTubers' profile pictures. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next tip on how to be a Stickman YouTuber. Tip number 4, think of a video idea. So, if you've done all the tips that I mentioned beforehand, then try and think of a video idea. For example, you can do a type to kids in high school video, or middle school or secondary school if you live in the UK. Or maybe do a story time video. Do whatever you want to do, and this leads perfectly to my next tip, design a thumbnail. So after you're done with your video idea, I recommend you design a thumbnail for the video. And when you are a Stickman YouTuber, you should design your thumbnails like this. Or maybe you want to get a bit creative with your thumbnails. I recommend you add a little bit of colours in your thumbnails. But what I recommend is just design your thumbnails similar to what I recommended first. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the next tip on how to be a Stickman YouTuber. Tip number 6, make your first video. So if you've done all the tips that I mentioned beforehand, I recommend you make your first video. And if you're someone who doesn't know how to animate like me, you could use the editing software CapCut and use a bunch of stills of different poses of your Stickman. And also you can use CapCut to add background music and sound effects into your videos. But anyway, that's all of my tips on how to be a Stickman YouTuber. If I missed out on any tips, please let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later. Have you ever had a teacher that just made you hate their lessons? Well, you probably have, so here's a story about the worst teacher I had in secondary school. It was my first year of secondary school, and I was on my way to one of my lessons, and I was chilling out with some of my homies, and then I saw her. A teacher that I will come to know as my least favourite teacher from secondary school. And this teacher, when I first saw her, she had a face that just screamed, I fucking hate you all! But I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, and how was my first lesson with her? Trash! Total trash! You see, this teacher would just yell at anyone for literally doing nothing. You could literally just ask to go to the toilet and she would say, now! Excuse me, why can't I go to the toilet? Because it hasn't been 15 minutes into the lesson. Or something around those lines. And also, this one other time I can't really think of a nickname for this teacher, so please let me know down in the comments for any form of nickname for this teacher. Who knows, it might appear in one of my videos. But anyways, back to the story. But anyways, I was walking towards one of her lessons one day, and I was a little bit late because I lost something, and my teacher had a piece of paper so I can show to the teacher so I don't get a late mark. But anyways, when I arrived to her lesson, I was about to say, hey, I'm sorry that I'm late, and she literally said, don't interrupt me while I'm talking. Now sit down. And of course, me being a dumb year 7, I just took it and blamed myself. And every year I go back and think about that once in a while until my brain managed to piece together what actually happened. And I was like, wait, she didn't even take the piece of paper that I was meant to hand to her. And then, flash forward a few years later, your boy is trying to make a career on YouTube. I'm writing down every form of ideas I can think of for a story. Then I was like, what stories can I tell when I was in secondary school? And then a switch went off in my brain. And I was like, oh, I know what story to tell. And that comes to this video right here. So who was your worst teacher you had in school? Please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are now at my favourite video of the Big 25. First, pause this video and leave down in the comments what do you think my favourite video is of the Big 25. I already know you probably guessed it by now, but anyways, my favourite video of the Big 25 is which Stickman YouTuber has the best stats. If every Stickman YouTuber was in a video game, what would their stats be? Let's start out with Chains for Real. HP, medium, because he mostly relies on Bob for his victories. Strength, Bob. Weakness, upload schedule. Special ability, animation skills. Mostly because look how fucking smooth they are. Next up, Ninja. HP, low, mostly because how tiny his character is. Strength, beefing with Chains for Real. Weakness, Chains for Real. And special ability, Italian brain rot. Reason, he can't stop fucking talking about it. Next up, Birdie. HP, low, can be hunted down. Strength, flying. Weakness, Gen Z. And special ability, struggle meals. Next up, the duck. HP, low. What else do you expect me to say? They're both birds. I just need to go. And they're defeated. Next up, Exo Zero. HP, high. Strength, vandalizing schools. Weakness, getting caught. And special ability, devil horns. Next up, Buzz. HP, low. Strength, being British. Weakness, beefing with me. I still remember what you did. And special ability, a cup of tea. Next up, Hacks. HP, medium. Mostly because his character looks a bit like Chains for Real. Strength, pretty good animation skills for CapCut. Weakness, again, his character looking a bit like Chains for Real. And special ability, a supreme beanie. Next up, mostly true, HP, massive, mostly because he is the founder of the stoner stickman genre. Strength, 18 million views. Weakness, disappearing out of nowhere. And special ability, being the founder of the stoner stickman genre. Next up, Split, HP, medium. Strength, music. Weakness, his stickman looking a bit like Ninja, not gonna lie. And special ability, red eyes. Next up, offending everybody, HP, massive. Strength, backwards cap. Weakness, getting half of his videos deleted. And special ability, who has the best stats. So that's my video on which Stickman YouTubers has the best stats if they were in a video game. If I missed out on any YouTubers, please let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Hey, don't you see that big red button right there? I think you need to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. Come on, subscribe. Subscribe already!